Cool. Hello, everyone. So we're going to start our speed coding for today. Today, we're going to build a notes app that's going to be backed by Firebase. Firebase's Firestore as the backend database. Let me start sharing the screen so we can begin. We open Android Studio. Let's get everything set up. Our notes app. It's going to be very simple. It's going to be very similar to our users app. Our users app where we have a card view for each user, and then we have a user's screen. Now we're going to have a note screen. That's the only difference. So let's select a folder, Flutter projects, informal. Let's name this notes app. Yeah. Everything looks fine. Next one, fine, finish. So I've just been reading this Medium article that talks a little bit about how to add, update, and delete from Firestore in Flutter. That might help us out if we are stuck. I was going through some designs on Dribble for what UI we can use, but this seems a little too complex. And two things. So one is I'm not that at that level that I can make these layouts. Second thing is it also will take too much time. So we'll stick with the very basic things that we are confident with, the widgets that we know and we have experience with using. We'll make our way to the intermediate or a little more advanced level. Let us stick with what we're confident with first. You know how we usually do it? We go halfway, then we leave some space, start our emulator. Is already running. Oh, all right. So that's running here. Let's keep this here and extend this. Usually for recording, I change the font size. Let me check 14 for the editor font. 18. Good. Fonts are fine. Now let us run our app. So it's going to give us a template app. So it's going to have that floating action button on the bottom right. When you click on it, the counter increases and then it says how many times you have clicked that button. So we're going to be deleting that. And our first thing is on our main.dart, we are going to create our material app widget, and all our screens are going to be separate. So let this start once the app is on our emulator. We can start to make our changes. So we'll give it some time. Seems to be done. And our template app will load soon. All right. And so now what we'll do is we will my app, delete everything from here. Perfect. So we'll return this material app, and material app will have a few things. Home, actually not home. Let's have something called routes. So for now, we'll just add one route. But before that, let's create our screens. So a new package called screens. Within that, a new Dart file for our notes screen. So notes screen. From our note screen, let's create note screen. So we need let's have a stateless widget first. We'll change this, of course, but I don't think it's stateless. Let's call this notes screen. As last, yeah. Import the necessary thing from material.dart. Let's convert it to stateful, I believe. I think that's what we need. Let's add a static final route string, route name, just like usual, right? We have done this yesterday too. We have a route name, and now here what we can do is we can add our note screen dot route name This will have context. So basically we're defining the routes. So you'll see what you mean by this. Node screen. So the home, so whenever you have this, it refers to the home page. So home page will be node screen. And you will start with, so initial route will be node screen dot route name. Let us give a nice restart to this app. You should get like a, seems to be some error. Can't find it. Let's see what's wrong. Oh, we need one more. Control L. Let's restart the app. And we should get like a dark screen. Good. Now on our node screen, what we'll do is we won't return a container, we'll return here a scaffold. Now this has an app bar, you know, the usual thing, app bar. Let's add title, and to this we'll add title of nodes. Some problem. Oh, title is a text widget. Text has this thing called nodes. I actually want to change the color of this. For a long time, I haven't changed the color. I always went with blue. I'm thinking of something like a purple or a violet or something. Let's start with this. Let's have something nice. Good. We have this purple here. Our app bar is ready. Now for our body of this, we need let's have a column, right? A column. Actually, not even a column. Let's have a list view. That is because we could have multiple nodes. So a list view. If something doesn't work, we'll switch to column. Because I'm also new to list view, let's leave it as this. List view has a property called children. Here we'll have something called stream builder. Here we need to pass first is a builder, I believe. So I need to refer to the code that we have written previously for the users app. New window. Else I also have my notebook out. So let's see. Let's go to our home screen. Home screen, it took a stream. Okay, first we need a Firestore. So a lot of setup stuff that we need to do. First, let us go to firebase.google.com. Let's create our project. I think I ran out of free projects. So let's see what's the thing. Yep, you've reached request and increase. Yep, it's not allowing. So let's see what we can do. Can we delete a project? What we can do? Or in sample Flutter Firebase, here I'll create a new collection, and that's smart. In users, and with users we'll have messages. Notes. Let's just start out with a very basic thing called title. Let's first note field. Then let's have our note. So title and then note. Here we'll have it was a great day. So now we have a collection of notes. So and now let us add a new app, add Android. Let's take our domain name. So in our notes app, to get our domain name, we have to go to Android app build.gradle. Yep, this is our Control C, close this, go back here, Control V, register app. As usual, download the config file, go to the downloads folder. So is it just the usual setup that we have to do for a Firebase apps? And let's go to a Notes app. Within a Notes app, within Android, we have to, let's confirm, under app. All right. So under app and you Control V, Google Services JSON. We have this set up. Now we need our dependencies. So let's go to Flutter packages. Here we need to type in first is Firestore. So let's take this cloud Firestore. Let's copy this. Control C. Go to our Notes app. Go to pubspec.yaml. In our dependencies section, add this new thing. Add this. If it doesn't work, we'll add something called core Firebase, something similar. We'll do that later. For now, we have this setup. Let's add Firebase SDK. Oh, we have to add some lines here. So Google plus. So now so project level build.gradle. So project level build.gradle. Android build.gradle. So under dependencies, they want us to add this. Google, good. Next thing. Go to app level build.gradle. Let's go to app level build.gradle. Here they want us to com.android.application. That's there. This Google services is not there. Let's add this. Dependencies. Let's add this Firebase dependency. Dependencies. Right, we have this setup here, this setup here. Now, if everything is set up correctly, so let us comment the stream build out. Now, if everything is set correctly, oh yes, of course. Get dependencies. Get all the dependencies. Let's stop the app. Let's do a cold restart. So let me think if I'm forgetting any setting, any setup. We got this error last time too, me and Zach. So what we did was we just restarted the thing. It gave us a barrage of errors and Firebase code. Okay, let's Cloud Firestore. So let me go a little slowly. Core Firebase core. And hopefully, I think I'm going a little too fast and I might be forgetting something. So just fingers crossed. Hope now these things fix and it works fine. If it doesn't, not a problem. Okay, so let me think. Because we faced this problem last time also. I think day before yesterday or yesterday. Day before yesterday. Let me think, what did we do to fix it? Google. Oh, okay, we got something else here. So if it doesn't work, because we added some stuff. So let's go to a users app. So folks are watching, you can skip ahead if you want to until we get this to work. Users app, we did a lot of setup here. It's multi-deck stuff. We added these lines in the app level build.gradle. Let us add these lines in the app level build.gradle. Now let us try to run the app. Oh, please update settings.gradle. And then settings.gradle, we did something. Settings.gradle. I think we. So I think, did we take all of this? Let's confirm. So let's go to this settings.gradle. Apply from the Flutter SDK path. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So everything from here is what we should copy. Paste here. Now let's try and hope it works. So by the way, if you're wondering how we got this, we added this multi-dex, so usually that helped last time. Let's just do it again. So it's taking quite a bit of our time. Let's try to see if I can fix this soon. Learn how to resolve this issue. So we fixed an issue similar to this day before yesterday. Let's see. Let's Google search it. Yeah, something is okay. People are facing this issue. Hopefully, someone has given a satisfactory reply. Oh, so this is a reply. Oh no, oh, it's not the reply. This is the reply. All right. Add a multi-dex library. Okay, as a workaround, you can enable multi-dex. Ah, oh yes, of course. This Android default config, add multi-dex enable. So Android in app build.gradle under Android default config, add yes. Now it will work. So this is the last missing step. If you have done, oh, and I commented this out. If it doesn't work, I'll uncomment the first line now. Then I'm pretty confident it will work. Let's see. It worked. Okay, without this line also it worked. Good. So this is just some setup stuff that we have to take care of. Now looks like everything is set up. So that's very nice. Now PubSwift YAML, we don't need it as of now. Now here, so let me just think. Okay, first we need a Firestore. So in our, here we need an init state, right? Here we need a final Firestore, or may not even be final. Let's have a Firestore underscore Firestore is equal to Firebase Firestore.instance. Can we do it here? Firestore.instance. Good. So now then we can make this final. So we don't need this in it as of now. Now here is this stream builder that we have to build. So we can get our list of stuff. So Firebase Firestore dot collection. This is the collection of messages. Notes dot snapshots. Let me confirm all this code. So I usually write it in this book. Collections dot snapshots, correct? There's an error here. What's the error? Let's confirm with our previous users app. All right, so here let's look at their home screen. Firestore collection. Oh, that's stream, not builder, or stream. Oh yes, it's stream. Then here you'll have this builder. This builder, it takes two things: context and snapshot. Now this builder, so if, let's do if not snapshot dot has data, then you have to return a circular progress indicator And background color, let's have a background color of colors. I'm feeling a bit of like a lime accent. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see how it looks. Lime, I think, will blend really well with this purple. We have a lime thing. All right, this is done. If snapshot or data does not have data, this is what we should return. Else, if you return that else, now here we have to do some stuff. So final notes is equal to snapshot dot data dot documents, and also now list of, let's add a card. Oh, first, before all this, let's comment this out. Let's create our layout first, so we can like our card. So within this, first thing, let's have a card. A card style will be a list style. A list style will have a title. Title is a text, or title is a widget. All right, so title is text that has the text. Note title, description, or what's the subtitle? Subtitle is also text, and let's call this note content. We have this, which looks fine. This card, of course, needs some kind of like margin. Let's do an edge insert geometry all. But before that, let's close this Android. Let us add a constants dart file. And here's really where I like to put this dimensions. Double, so const double k small margin 10, const double k large margin is equal to 20. So usually what we do, dot edge insets, edge insets dot all. Let's do a small margin. Let's do a large margin. Sure, let's work with this for now. We have my note content, note title. Some things we can do is styling, but let's keep it at this for now. Control Alt W. Yeah, that for some reason just doesn't work. So card, refactor, extract, Flutter widget. Let's name this as note card. And now this note card widget is here. Let us remove this. String title, final string note. And now here we will have a constructor, alt insert constructor, that has these two fields. Let us add these curly braces, and now we have a note card. Now let's create a note card in a new first in a new package called components. Within this, a new Dart file called note card. So our note card code will go here in note card. Import the from materials.dart. Here you have note card. Note card, import this from note card. Now note card, here let's pass in a title of note title and the note of note content. So nothing should really, there's an error. Is there an error somewhere or what? Let's change the note title 1 so we can see if it works. Found issues, view issues. Import this. Import constants. Issues are resolved. Now let us give it a hot reload. Content 1. The same mistake as yesterday, I mean a day before yesterday, which Zach corrected me, is I have to use the past values, not the static values. So I learn with my mistakes and I try to remember it. Good, everything's working nice. Now, of course, we won't have our node card actually. Node card works fine. Now we'll start our stream builder. So now in our stream builder, we'll have a list of node cards. List of node cards is called, or let's call it node widgets is equal to an empty list or empty array. Now a for each loop, or here in Dart, a for in loop, for var note in notes, for var note in notes. So now we can parse the stuff. So what you have to do is node widgets dot add. Within this, we'll have to add a value, right? So here we'll add a node card, a node card. Within the node card, you have to pass title. Title will be node dot data, and what's it? It's called title. Then we have node, which is node dot data. Then it is something called node. So we make this list. Now once this list is ready, list of widgets, we return a list view of children, and not list children, but list view of children that says node widgets. Actually, I don't, let's rename it as node cards. Node cards. Now if everything works right, yeah, there's some problem. Let us check what the problem is. Return semicolon, restart the app, everything works right. Wow, what that that was the reloading button. I mean, what's that? The circular progress indicator. So there seems to be a couple of problems which, so let us keep it as column. So I'm not used to list views. Maybe that fixes the thing. All right, that really did fix it. So I have to learn what to do with list views. Now you see this. So we have our apps working, and now we're kind of quick. So it took us half an hour if you look at the clock, but we wasted a lot of time in setup. So we are speeding up now. We're getting better day by day. Now we have to add. So in half an hour, let's keep this a 1 hour session. Next thing we have to add is the add note section. So let us add in our screens. Let's add a Dart is a note screen. Note screen. So note screen, and then there's a note screen. Oh, here. So here, let's create a stateful widget. Let's call this widget a just a note screen. Stateful. Let's import from material.dart. Everything looks fine. Let me rest my eyes. It seems okay. Now in our state here. Now here, let's first thing, let's add a route. Final string route name is equal to /note. Now here, what you have to do is you have to return a column. So this column is going to have children. First, we need a text field at the top. Text field that has a couple of things. So decoration. What does it take? It takes a text input decoration. Let's give it an input decoration. There's the hint text. Hint text, let's say title. For center, how do we center the stuff? Now that I don't know. How do we center the stuff? Let's Google search it. How to center text in text field Flutter. Text align. Alright, that's good. So text align center. So now we have a hint title. Alright, that's fine. Everything is okay. Then we should have another text field that before this is a sized box of height, large margin. Then we have text field of text line. Yes, it's to the left, but here decoration. Do we even need decoration? Yes, I think let's add an input decoration that says hint text. Just call it note content. We may not need this, we may delete this later. Let's just leave it as is. Now we have this. Now here comes the cool thing. You have to declare that route within our routes. So let us declare that route. So now here we have a note screen.route name. Here, same as last time, context, right? Note screen. It is getting a little confusing. So we must be really careful, like note and note screen. So we might change it if it gets too confusing. Import maybe, import is missing. In note screen, make that static. All right, this looks fine. Control Alt L. All right, this is refactored. Insert out here. Now, when we click on, let's add a floating action button. So in our no refactor extract Flutter widget, let's call this as a notes stream. Sure, or let's do that. Let us add our custom constructor and save it within this here. Sure, okay, let's do that. Firestore. Funny. So how do they do the final? Let me just delete the code. Okay. So I see. Let's do this. Couple of things is actually notes stream. Sure, let's just leave it as stateless widget. All right, let's do this then. Let's have Firestore and underscore Firestore. The Firestore seems to be some error here. We just initialize this. What are we missing? So let's just see the code that I deleted. Alright, so add the required Firestore. For some reason they put a 2 semicolon there. Sure. So this is just some logistics. I'm also getting used to this, like the way this works. So once I'm used to this, I'll be much more quicker. I'll give you a good thing. To Firestore. I just copied your code. Let's delete this. All right, so this is the code, the way they want us. So I don't know why this is. I'm also new to this. So it seems that private variables have to be saved this way. But anyway, if we wasted too much time here, let's hurry up. Let's get this really done really quick. Sure. Okay, quickly. Node stream 5. Okay, you have a node stream. We also need a let's Google search it. Button Flutter. Let's see how to add a floating action button. Let's read the demo code. Oh, so body. Oh, our scaffold itself has a floating action button. This is very nice. So a scaffold itself has a property called floating action button. Let's do this floating action button icon. Or what's it called? Okay, they call it watch, not shape. Let's read the documentation. Child. Floating action button child. Okay, the child is icons.icon icons.plus or add. I see I have a plus or note. Note add, or let's do this, or let's just do add. Sure, add icon. Sure, let's wrap it within an icon. All right, and let us see how our thing looks. Nice. Let us add color to it. Background colors dot lime accent. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, icons colors dot black. Let's add a nice to make it visible. Lime may be too much of a risk, but let's go with it for now. And it's on press. Let's pass an anonymous function. In this navigator dot pushed named context. For the route name, you have to pass note screen. If you be very careful here, note screen dot route name. Within arguments, we have to pass our so let me confirm again from our users app. What do we pass here? Push name user object. All right. So it looks like we created a model and we passed that. Sure, let's do that then. Let us create a new package called models. Within this new package models, let's create a new Dart file that stands for note. Within a note.dart here, let us create class note. And within this class, we need finals, and not final actually, let's add string title string note. Here let's add a constructor. Do we need a constructor? I really didn't think about it. If we don't, we'll remove it. All right, actually that's all we need, title and note. Now here in our arguments, what we'll do is, actually, this is a very nice idea what we did last time also. In our note card, let's not take this, let us take in a final note, this dot note. Let's import it, import. Now for title, let's do node.title. This is a very nice modular design, and we learned this diff yesterday when we did our users app. Now in a note card, we won't pass this. We'll have to pass our, let us do this again. Let's pass note. Actually, let's do this. Note object is equal to note. Now here for title of the note, let's do note.data, and let's do title. Then is the note. For the note part of it, let's do note.data, and let's give this note. So here's our note object. Good. If we do this outside, so here we have a note object. Dot add for note here, we want to create a new note. We'll add note object. Let's resize everything. So note object is passed here. Some parenthesis error here. All right. Let's see, something is not working correctly. Oh, everything is working fine. All right. Control L, let's refactor. So now what we did is, so now we created a note object in our arguments and pass that note object. All right, now arguments passed nothing. Oh yes, I got it now. And arguments passed nothing. And for our note card, let's have an on pressed on that note card. Final function on pressed. This dot on pressed. Is that what we did yesterday? Let me just confirm. Our models. Oh, not models. Our user card on press. Yes. So yes, we did that. So now on our card is an on tap. No. So what do we do for that? We just vector. Sure. Let's wrap it with a gesture detector. This detector exposes this on tap method first, which will pass the on press, and everything is looking really good. Now in our note screen, and let's make sure we don't need a required property. Now in our note card, here's an on pressed. For the on pressed, the navigator dot push name context route name. Let's do note screen dot route name. And now here in arguments, here you have to pass note object. So basically, when you click on this, it will send a note object to our note screen. If you click on this, it won't pass anything because you have to create a new note. So Control L. Don't worry, we'll refactor it in if it's needed. 847. So let's see. So now if let's do a hot reload, fix any errors that come by. Let's see. No material widget found. Let's go on a note screen. I think a scaffold, right? Let's in our component, let's separate this. New dot file, node stream. Node stream, from a node stream, let's take away everything. Let's put it here. Import necessary stuff like for material, import cloud Firestore, import the needed stuff, import. All right, so now everything looks nice and modular. Node stream, import, Control L. All right, so now let's see what's going on. So here we have the scaffold. All right, so in our node screen app, let me wrap this with a scaffold. Scaffold, of course, doesn't have this. It has a body and as an app bar. You know how it always goes, app bar. Title, for title we'll have a text widget, but for the text widget, now for text we'll have let's do note. So here is some stuff that we have to write. Let me confirm it with our users app. So let's look at our user screen. Okay, with our screen set we have users. So here we'll have our note, import if needed. I know what just happened. Note. Now here there's something I have to do. Note is equal to within build. All right, within build. So you have to do note is equal to model route dot of context dot settings dot arguments. All right, settings dot argument text. So let's do this. Note if it's equal to null, or if it's not equal to null. If it's not equal to null, then node dot title. Else empty. Right? Empty. Let us see if this works. Oh yeah, this works. Okay, it works. It works very well. So if you notice here, when you click on this, you get first node, which is node.title. And when you click here, the argument is null. So you get this. Something to change, of course, the app bar color, colors.purple. We went for a nice purple. Control S, so we get this. Or let's not do this, let's do add note. Control S, add note. We have this title here. Oi, title. So this doesn't look good at all because this blue. So on our title text, we have to add a style, text style. For the text style, let's add a thing called Control L. Let us, how are we doing on time? 52. Color. It's not color actually. For text style, I need to refer to this. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. We must go to a text field, and here in a decoration, yes, here in a decoration, this, let's see what fields we have. Border filled, fill color. Basically, we want to change this bottom color here. So, okay, let's just type in color. Let's see what we have. Focus, yes, focus color. Colors dot lime accent. Didn't work. Then hover color. Let's do colors dot some other color. Let's do orange so we can see what's the difference. Title. What's going on? It's not updating. What's the other? Fill color. Colors dot. Let's add in some other rare color. Fill. Not this. Surely not this. All right. So how do we change? Let's look it up. Flutter text field. Change underline. Yes. Change underline color. Flutter text field. Many people have this question. Let's see. Border. Border side. Border side. Okay. Border. Border side. Underline input border. So border underline input border, we have underline input border, border side, we have border side, colors dot line accent. Let us see on our phone. Not working. Surprising, even this isn't working. Enable border. I see. Enable border, focus border, and border. So we did border. Let's do a enable border. Underline input border, border side. Let's add border side. Colors dot lime accent, and now I'm pretty sure this would work. Oh, what's going on? Let me delete this line. Control S. Seriously? Enabled border. So when this is enabled, funny, and it doesn't look good. The lime accent. Line. Sure, that seems a bit better. Line. Then let's even change our disabled border. Disabled border. Control S. All right, I'm taking way too much time. And so let's ignore all the styling errors because I don't know how to do it. So I really need to look this up and do it myself. I have no clue what this does. Hot reload. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No. Anyway, so now I wasted too much time. So 9:30. Let's end it that. So we add a title, sure. Let's make the Firebase to work at least for now. Add a title. Let's add a title. Second note. And then let's add note content. Yesterday was a great day. Let's remove this because I don't know how to make it work. We don't need anything of that. Yeah, this is fine. Now what we need to do is keep this in an expanded widget. Let's rapid expanded shouldn't you expand Flutter inspector? Text field. So this is a lot of new stuff for me. So it'll take time. I'm going to Google everything. Flutter expanded height. Expanded within text field expands equal to true. Let's just do that. All right, so some new things I'm learning. Within text field expands is equal to true. Let us see our phone and control S. Max lines, okay, and max lines must be null. So let's look at the error here. Field assertion not equal, max lines not expands or false. So if expands is equal to false, okay, if expands is equal to true, then max lines must be null and min lines must be null. All right, sure. Max lines is equal to null. Sure, let's give it what it wants. And now it expands. All right. Nice. Now to our whole page, let's add nice padding. So to our whole thing, let's add wrap within widget a padding widget. Or let us wrap within a padding and give it a padding of large, K large margin. Does it look good? I think it doesn't look good. So what we'll do is we'll delete what we just said and we'll only wrap this Control S expanded within a padding. That doesn't work, we'll change it. K large margin. What did I do? I wrap the text field within a padding. K large. Yes. Not all. That's just symmetric. This is actually a good thing. How would we do it? Let's remove the padding. So, all right, fine. Let's keep the padding. I'm not able to make up my mind. Sure, let's go with large. Sure, now we'll work with what we have. We'll work with this. All right, now next thing is we have to add in Flutter, add icons to action bar, to app bar. App bar icons button widget. App bar actions. Good, on press. Beautiful. This is so nice. So in actions, there's a widget you have to give, and you have an icon button. Let's add it now in our notes app. So within our app bar here, within our app bar title, there is actions, which is a group of widgets here, icon button, right? Icon button. In that you have a thing called icon, which is a widget. Icon. All right, so let's give an icon to this. Icon icons dot save. So this app, we are doing it properly. We're doing even the styling part of it, so it will take time. All right, so we have the save. We'll see how it looks. Oh, we have to add a color to it. Colors dot white. All right, that's visible there now. One thing I noticed is this title. Let's add a margin. So how can we add a margin? No. I'll do this quickly. Let's add only top K large. Doesn't look good. K small. To be honest, it doesn't look good. Layout doesn't look good. But let's just get the Firebase part to work at least. So now we have this, but now okay, so let's go step by step. I'm going way too fast. Note string, let's do title. Let's go slowly. Note. Here. Note string. So within this text field, on tap, on change value, title is equal to value. Let's rename this to title string to keep it the same everywhere, keep it uniform. Now the same for our note. Here's text field. Let's go to our on change and pass a value. So note string is equal to value. Case small also will fit here. All right, so now we have this, Let us equate this to empty for now. Empty, good. Icons button, something's missing. On tap is missing. Icon on pressed. So on pressed. I just noticed this mistake here. This always has to be in small. So notes. And now on pressed. When on pressed, so now we have to save. So underscore Firestore. We don't have that. Note screen doesn't have that. All right, so let's build that. Firestore underscore Firestore. Init within this underscore Firestore is equal to, actually we don't need this, is equal to Firestore.instance. Rest my eyes. Reduce the brightness, and yeah, sometimes while working for long hours I need to rest my eyes. All right, seems fine. Sure, let's move on. Store quickly. Firestore is here, but I can press now. Here we need underscore Firestore dot collection notes dot add map. So we have a map. Let us a map. So what string? First is title string, and note, which is note string. Firebase collection dot add, and then navigator dot popped context. So when you press this button, it should save it. That's the plan. So if everything works correctly, let's go to hot reload, go back, create a new node. Actually, some of the cool stuff that we can do is in our node screen, our text field title in text. This will actually have text. Whoa, a text field, how to initialize it with text? Wow, doesn't have text. So let us using a controller. All right, let's do a text editing controller. So I'm not very used to this text, so let's see if I can do it. Controller for title, then you'll have a text editing controller, which is a controller for note in its state. So can I do it here itself? Text. Now here we have. So now if note is not equal to null, if this is the case, then note.title. Else note, else empty. So here let's do then init. Hopefully that will work. Good. Now let us define this outside so we can access it everywhere. Is equal to text editing controller. Let's add the same line actually. Node, then we don't need node.title, we need node.note. So if this works correctly, which I think I have to go back, doesn't seem to be working correctly. I have to give the controller to this. So it's getting too messy, which will refactor it soon. So our text field here, controller title. Next for this text field is controller node. Restart. Will this fix it? Let's go back. I'm missing something. So as I said, I'm new to Node controller 912. So give me the controller here. Let's do this. Let's see it now. Oh, so okay, so something is happening here. All right. No, so basically it is coming to this case, even though it is not null. Ah, because we're calling, I see. Thing is, we're calling how to call, okay, Flutter, how to get arguments in init state from route. All right, so this is a lot of new stuff. So it's going way over time, but I'm learning new things, and folks who are watching, they also might learn something new. So on generate route, so we can use this instead of routes. This is something really cool. So let's go to main.dart and paste this here. This, sure, we don't need this routes. So let's do our first one. Our first, let's do comma. Our first one is notes screen.route name. We'll go to context and data set to notes screen. All right, this is fine. The second one is node screen dot route name. We'll go to context and this goes to node screen, and here you pass your settings dot arguments. Now yes, of course it will complain about that, and that's because our node screen, not node screen, node screen, instead of taking it in build, what we'll do, one smart thing, is we'll create a constructor here that will only take in node. So string node. All right, so it will do this. Oh, not this, not here. We'll do it here. Right here, we'll have to do it. So here we'll have to create a constructor that takes in. Let me confirm. Takes in. Okay, all right. So here it takes in a node. Oh, okay, got it. Let's do a node here. Node. It takes in a node. I mean this dot node. Pass there. Here node is equal to widget dot node. Yes, sir. Oh, not working. So this can be done with an init state. Here, yes, now everything will work fine. Node is equal to widget dot node. Yes, sir. So node, so we have the node here, everything looks fine. Now if we have done everything correctly, which I don't think we have, always some kind of error. Let's see what this error is. Error. Yes, sir. First thing is remove this routes. We don't need it for now. Reload the app. All right. So this part works very, very good. I add node. No, sir. If you go to node screen and for our app bar, so why is it going to add node here? Then node.title, right? So why is it going to add node? So it says add note here in the title bar. I want to figure that out. Why is that? Which is surprising because note is not equal to null, so it has to do this, right? Note dot title. It's very surprising. Delete this line of code. We should not take it twice. I think once you do it twice, it causes some kind of problems. Yes, sir. We're getting things to work fine. So this is working fine. Now we're getting close to the end. Is let's get this to work. So now once we press save, let's add a new node. So this is wrong code actually, but let's do it. So we'll minimize this. 2 apps are running. Database, cloud Firestore, notes. Yeah, these notes here. Let's add a title of second note, and let's add a content of yesterday was a great day. And now the moment of truth. It worked. This margin looks awful. We have to fix that. So in our notes screen, so we have to go to our note card. Here we give it a margin that's insanely large. So let us give it a symmetric margin. So for the horizontal, it will be fine. For the vertical, let's give it a case small. Hopefully this makes it a little better. Not much, but a little better. Now, all right, this is fine. It shows this. Now the thing is, we have to edit the node. When we click on this and we click this, you have to edit. So a small thing we have to do now is, let me read this article on how to edit. Delete document, edit document, collection dot document dot update data. Got it, sir. So now let me delete this. Let me see node.screen. So dot document. In the action bar, okay, no, okay, so first thing first. We have to do this only when if note is equal to null. If note is equal to null, that means we came in this in a new page. So this is what I have to do. Else, now note is not equal to null, so now I have to do edit. So edit firestore dot collection notes dot document. The problem is, how will we know the string path? Sir, that is complex. Yikes. We're in a little bit of a bind here. So what is the solution? Yep, got it. And note, let's just add an ID. String ID, that'll be fine. Add a constructor, this.id, and close our notes. Now here in a note, let's add a type, an ID field, comma. For the ID field, let's do note dot document ID. Everything works correctly. So we'll get the thing here in notes screen. We'll get it here. Now here we can do node dot ID. Yes, sir. update data. Now here what we'll have to do is title is equal to title string. Yes, sir. Note string, and navigator to pop. We have to do it anyway. So surely there'll be some kind of mistake somewhere lurking in the corner that is invisible to us. The moment of truth now. Second note, let's add yesterday was a great day with a exclamation mark. Get back to a Firestore tab, click the second note, and we should see this to update if everything is correct. Oh, so so we encountered a flaw in our design. So it starts with empty, but we must actually start it with, so in our init state, node visit node. If node is equal to null, I mean, if it's not equal to null, some extra stuff we have to do is title string is equal to node dot title, and node string is equal to node dot node. Yes, sir. Let's do a nice hot reload. Click on this. Let's add a title called second note. Jump in over to our Firebase, and we should see that update now. And this is working, so everything looks fine. Add a new note. Let's add a third note. Let's add a description of. See what happens if you don't add description. Funny. Right, it's not updating here. For some reason, it didn't update. All right, so we can add a note or not. What happens if we just keep everything empty and click save? So we should do some sanitation checks there. Next, the cool thing is we should add a delete icon. Yes, sir. I know I'm saying yes, sir, so many times. Apparently, I'm too obedient to my master. Yes, if you are wondering, yes, I'm talking in a sexual sense. Dominatrix down across the street from my house in Dusseldorf is a brothel there, and my master there treats me, punishes me for my wrongdoings. No, don't get it wrong. I quite like it, actually. Now, sanitation checks. Now, if we add, let's extract this in a method. Control Alt M. Let's call this method as save clicked. And we pop. Next icon we have to add in this thing. We can actually do one very cool thing. That'd be amazing. So save on press. Icon button. So you know what we can do? We can actually extract this, refactor extract into a Flutter widget. It's on press, so always cause a problem. For now, let's just leave it as it is for the sake of time. Delete. And now let's call a method called, okay, let's write delete click here. So when delete is clicked, what we need to do, Firestore dot collection notes dot document node dot id. Ah, okay, .id dot delete. Ah, that's it. That's it. Delete. Now we've got. So let us run this, and now we should have a delete icon. And if everything goes according to our plans, it is gone. But now I'm just thinking, what happens if we click delete on this? Okay, so there's some exceptions being thrown, right? Because it's, yep, ID was called on null. Ah, so that's a very good thing. Oh, okay, save will happen. So when you are in the new thing, if you do this, in the icon button, is there something called enable? Let's see. How do I disable an icon button? Yes, sir. Using a stateful to create a variable. So, okay, so let us try that out then, as they have mentioned on pressed null. So let's see. Yes, the button is disabled. It does nothing. So that, but we need to make it gray. So that's like a lot of formatting we can do. 9:31, I won't take too much more of your time. And we have a fairly decent app, Yeah, this is, I mean, it works for the most part, right? It does all that we want it to do. Node, add node. Add node, and there's something else. Node.title. So we can't always say add node. Sometimes it could be edit node also. Oh no, if we won't have edit node, we'll have the node title. Oh, let's do this. Yes, sir. Edit node. All right, we're getting it. So I think we've been done here. We are done. There's a lot more to go. I'm also really new to this, and it's a good progress. Everything is in real time, by the way. So you add nodes, it shows up in the Firebase Cloud Firestore. Everything is fine. Yeah, so I think we'll end it here. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I mean, I did. I'm new to this, and I learned a lot today. And yep, have a great rest of the day or night, depending on when and where you're watching it. Convert it to your local time zone. And peace. All right, thank you for watching. See ya. Bye.